All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into the start of the NFL preseason action, the 2025 Hall of Fame game. Chargers took on the Lions. And yeah, the final score was 34-7 Chargers. Pretty decisive on paper, but that score really doesn't tell the full story of what went down on that field.
Not at all. There's so much more beneath the surface with this one. Often these games get dismissed, right? Just exhibition.
Exactly. But this felt different. So our mission here is to cut through the noise, pull out the key insights, the really important takeaways from what we saw, give you that quick way to get up to speed on what this game actually revealed about both these teams moving forward.
And it revealed quite a bit. Starting with the Chargers, I mean, this wasn't just a win. It felt like a powerful first statement from Jim Harbaugh, their new head coach.
His big return to the NFL sidelines.
Yeah, and it was almost like a perfect showcase, maybe even theatrical, of his whole coaching philosophy.
Okay, so based on this first look, what is that Harbaugh philosophy shaping up to be for the Chargers? What's the blueprint?
Well, it's pretty clear it revolves around physicality. Controlling the line of scrimmage. You saw it right away, that commitment to a run-heavy offense, a really physical approach, and paired with that, a disciplined, aggressive defense. These are, the hallmarks we've seen from him before.
Winning in the trenches.
Exactly. That seems to be the core identity he's building. It was really evident how they approached this game.
Okay, talking offense then. Trey Lance, he got a lot of run in this game. Seemed like maybe a bit of a rejuvenation for him. What did you see there?
Yeah, rejuvenated is a good word. He looks surprisingly effective, actually. More poised, definitely more confidence than we've seen recently.
What specifically stood out?
Well, his command of the pocket looked better. He seemed to have a clearer grasp of the offense, and he made those 2 nice touchdown throws, showed off that dual threat ability a bit too. But maybe more importantly, thinking bigger picture, it was the whole ground attack. That was the real headline offensively.
The run game emphasis you mentioned.
Absolutely. It signals a pretty dramatic shift in their offensive identity compared to recent years. They want to be punishing, control the clock.
And the rookie, Blake Corum, fit right into that.
Oh, definitely. He was impressive, showed good vision, power, seemed to break tackles consistently. He looked like the engine for that punishing ground game Harbaugh clearly wants to establish.
So it's a whole philosophical change on offense driven by the run, and Lance showed maybe he can operate effectively within that system.
That seems to be the takeaway, yes. Promising signs from Lance, but the system itself is the bigger story.
Gotcha. And defensively, did they match that intensity? How did they look?
Oh, yeah, the defense was equally formidable, equally impressive, I'd say. Their front 7 was really disruptive. They were getting constant pressure on the Lions quarterbacks, really stifling the run game.
So controlling the trenches on that side, too.
Precisely. And the secondary played tight, lots of pass breakups, and they snagged that crucial interception early on, which kind of set the tone.
Disciplined but aggressive.
That's the perfect description. It just screams Harbaugh football, doesn't it?
It really does. It sounds like maybe we're not just looking at a tweaked Chargers team, but like a whole new entity built around toughness and line control.
I think that's a fair assessment based on this first outing. A real statement game for them.
Okay, so that's the Chargers. A very positive statement-making start. But for the Detroit Lions, sounds like the flip side of the coin.
Yeah, you could say that. It's preseason. Always got to have that caveat, right? But still, for the Lions, this was a more sobering experience, a bit of a reality check, maybe.
How so? Their struggles were that obvious.
They were pretty significant, yeah. Too significant to just brush off entirely, I think.
Particularly on offense, because that was such a strength for them last year.
Right. That's what was surprising. Their offense, usually so potent, just looked disjointed, really out of sync.
What was the main issue there? Quarterback play? Line.
It seemed like a combination. The quarterback situation is definitely a key talking point now, maybe a concern. Whoever was under center faced constant pressure. They had trouble connecting downfield. Lots of 3-and-outs.
So the offensive line struggled against that Chargers front?
Big time. It looked like a breakdown there. They couldn't handle the Chargers pass rush, and it affected everything. A passing game sputtered, and even the run game, which, like you said, was a pillar for them last year, was pretty much ineffective.
Wow, so a complete stall offensively. What about their defense? Could they hold up against that Chargers run game?
Well, they had moments, some flashes here and there, but ultimately, no. They just couldn't withstand that sustained physical assault from the Chargers offense.
Specific problems.
Looked like some missed tackles, maybe some communication breakdowns in the secondary. The kind of things a physical offense like the Chargers showed they can exploit led to some big plays for LA.
So not just an off night, but maybe some fundamental issues highlighted by the Chargers' specific approach.
It feels that way. I think for the Lions coaching staff, this game has to be a powerful teaching moment. It kind of underscores the task ahead for them. They need to iron out these fundamental execution issues.
Yeah, a reminder maybe that last year's success doesn't automatically carry over. You've got to keep refining. Mental toughness, too, maybe.
Exactly. Execution and that mental edge both seemed lacking in this particular game for Detroit.
Okay, so if we step back and boil it all down, what are the biggest takeaways you're pulling from this Hall of Fame game?
Well, number one for the Chargers, their identity under Harbaugh is already crystallizing. Physical, disciplined, win the fight up front. That seems locked in.
Okay.
Number two, Trey Lance. Promising showing, definitely, but it also kind of highlights the work he still needs to do to prove he can be a consistent starter week in, week out.
Still a work in progress there.
Right. And then number three, for the Lions. This game was absolutely a wake-up call, no doubt about it. Showed them they've got plenty of work ahead to get ready for the regular season grind.
It really feels like this game, more than maybe some other Hall of Fame games, was a real narrative-shaping event, doesn't it?
I think so. It did more than just kick off the preseason.
Yeah, the final score, 34-7, it tells you who won. But digging in like we just did, the shift in offensive philosophy for LA, Lance's performance, the defensive muscle, that tells a much richer, more compelling story.
Absolutely. It sort of introduced us to Harbaugh's Chargers, didn't it? A team clearly being built in his image. And for the Lions, it was that stark reminder of just how tough this league is and the standard they need to meet.
So there you have it. We've gone deep on just one preseason game, but pulled out some, I think, profound insights into where the Chargers and Lions might be heading. It's definitely way more complex than just looking at that final score.
It really has set the stage for what could be a fascinating season for both teams. A perfect opening act.
So we'll leave you with this to think about. Considering what we saw, these strong opening statements, what specific hurdles do you see for the Lions now as they try to recalibrate after this? And maybe more broadly, how could this new physical identity for the Chargers under Harbaugh actually reshape the competitive balance in their division or even the wider league this season? Lots to chew on there. This game really was just the beginning of the drama.